Hello, wow. Firstly, thank God for this moment. I am so excited to be here. And yes, again, good hello. This is the first episode of From the Cape Flats podcast. I'll be your co host, The Real LED, born and bred on the Cape Flats, designed by God and manufactured in Mitchells Plain, Cape Town, South Africa. This podcast is a dream come true, and I'd like to take a moment to thank every single person behind the scenes right now. I know you can't see them, but hopefully you'll be able to see their names later on the credits. And currently, I have about like maybe 8 to 10 eyes actually looking at me right now. Hopefully, you will definitely again see their names on the credits. Just would like to thank them so much for being a part of this journey. So, the conversations we hope to cover on this podcast are inspirational, about your well being, spoken word, creative arts, business education, financial education, and of course, excellent coffee. We are chatting to you today all the way from the Helderberg region in Strand. Sips coffee. Right now, we're about to go to a segment I'd like to call the wooden chair. I mean, why wouldn't me? So let's go rather to today's word of the day. Enjoy. Rich. Mine and yours different. See, mine's not monetary, but its value. My God, Chilly when I spend too much time with you. Cause it don't let your plug walk. Tap in. Family time is the best time. Plus I'm honoring. Whole time. 14:34. I was in my room. Just chilling. The angel of death was very close to me last night. Though I've never felt Dad's spirit with me like this before. It must have meant one thing. Heaven sent. 1st of Jan 2019. Beach Road. Beach. My cars buried my old body in white sand. Constantly white sand between my toes. Beach. If only she knows. Collecting shells with a little blessing from above, shining from above upon yours. Under this African sun, we still see color. Rainbows. It's a promise. Move on. Engrossed in our inner, are we really? Because what's in is the heart. And the heart should beat. Right? Listen, I'm just trying to let all know that we shouldn't just exist for ourselves. Look around, look up, look inside, and see. Within is a you we all need. Keep moving, he says. I'll make your weight lighter, he says. Shells and feathers from the ocean shore. Signs and wonders, I speak to you, my daughter, till we hit the heavens. Drive by. No, I don't do that. I was driving by Grassy Park Rank, just reflecting, looking where my fam is at. Is he here? Yo, uncle. Pray for you 20-somethings. It can either make or break you. Because the past is over and done. Move on. New life. See, driving is no joke, son. It's a full-time job, son. It's independence. That's it. Till we hit the heavens. So when the oceans rise, I will soar with you. When trials come, I will triumph with you. And to the only special one I had a stable relationship with, bless you. You taught me what love is. You taught me how to shift my mindset. And mostly, self-love. Because if we don't, how will anyone else? New life. Just wishing each and every female a very blessed Women's Month. Of course, if you are in South Africa. And up next, I am super excited for my guest today. This is still from the Cape Flats podcast. Of course, I am not alone today. Definitely not. Really excited to welcome the one and only Mrs. Jacqueline de Wit, aka also known as my momzo. Welcome, momzo. I'm so excited to have you here. And of course, for those of you who don't know, I call my mother, however you would like to call it, my momzo. And so, yes, just very quickly, maybe just want to say hello to everyone. And how are you feeling in this moment?
Good afternoon, everybody. Or shall I say good day. Thank you, Althea, for having me. It's really a privilege to be here. And I am excited about this segment. I'm feeling kind of mixed emotions, calm and nervous, if you could call it that way. But hopefully I'm ready. And I'm excited to be here. Thank you very much.
Beautiful. I'm really excited to have you alongside me today. Today's topic you'll hear a bit later. But for now, to calm those nerves.
Yes.
So my mom actually does not know about this part. But it's fine. It's just called rapid fire. It's a fun quiz, this or that. You can't choose both, just
Okay.
one thing. And you rather, not we, you. You have 30 seconds to answer all 5 questions.
Wow.
So I will pose a question and then you just say this or that in terms of the options that I will pose.
Okay.
Happiness?
So I will say this or that.
No, sorry. The part is called, the segment at least.
Okay.
Rapid fire fun quiz, this or that. So it's either the one or the other. But I'll ask the 5 questions.
Okay.
Happiness? So you have 30 seconds to do so. So I'm just going to quickly set the timer. But you have 30 seconds to answer all 5 questions. Are you ready?
I think so.
Let's go. Cool. Welcome back. We are still ready for rapid fire. You ready?
Yes, I am.
Beautiful, ma'am. Let's go. You have 30 seconds, eh?
All right.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Fudge or biscuits?
Fudge.
Yo, maybe we need less time here. Steak or chicken?
Steak.
The color peach or the color green?
Green.
Nah, this is my favorite one. Your favorite child, Rion, Ellie or Jazz?
Wow, this is not right.
We know the answer. It's fine. Be honest. I already know the answer.
Jasmine.
Time is up.
You know the answer, you said so.
Wait, pause. Wait. Is the time done? We need the screen again.
You can't ask a question like
We
that.
need
It's
this.
not fair.
It is fair. We are still rolling. I hope we are still rolling. Actually, I need to tell the world what I thought the answer was going to be, and I'm so wrong.
What were you going to say?
When we're back. Cool. No, not done. We're done with the questions. There we go. From the camera. My word. I don't know what my reaction was. Continuity is gone already. I thought your answer was going to be Rihanna. I was convinced. It's Jasmine. Wow. I didn't know that. Really? I mean, you don't anymore have 30 seconds, but you can answer.
The reason for that is, can I give you the reason?
Do not, everyone's going to hear if you're comfortable.
So the reason why I chose Jasmine, she's easy to love. She's easy to liaise with. She's easy to joke with. So I'm comfortable with her.
I agree. And I think it's because, even though my reactions is that's dramatic, it's, I agree because we are very similar.
Yes.
So it makes sense. But it doesn't mean you don't love me because I love you. I love you too.
That doesn't mean that
This is not that. Sorry.
if I don't love you, that means I don't love myself.
Yo. Okay, that takes us to the next part of the conversation. Thank you for sharing, Mom. Thank you for indulging us. I hope you enjoyed the rapid fire conversation. We are now going into coffee convo. So we still have some coffee left. You're welcome to grab yours. Cheers, ma'am. You don't want to drink.
Cheers, love.
Beautiful. So this part of the conversation, at least segment, is called Inspired to Inspire. And of course, having coffee during this time. So just a quick question. What inspired you today?
What inspired me today? I think just the fact that I was able to wake up this morning, I already received inspiration. I think that when we allow ourselves to experience breath in our lungs, we step into that sphere of purpose. And that drives me, that keeps me, and that holds me together.
Wow, thank you so much. I was expecting more. There's more time attached. But really, if I may just add on to that, I think it's really, I believe it's a privilege to be alive each and every single day. So the mere fact that we are breathing, of course, all glory to God, all honor, because that's why we are here, to walk into our purpose each and every single day.
And especially during this time and day and age that we are living in, it's indeed a privilege, because there's so much happening out there that's, overwhelming, and it's just crazy altogether. And sometimes people just opt out.
Yo, that's it.
So it's really, it's a deep question, and there's obviously a lot of dynamics attached to it. But we that are alive and this side of the grave, we should see it as a privilege, and not a right to be alive, but a privilege because of God's purposes, which He has placed on the inside of us.
I'm not going to add anything onto that. So thank you again, Momzo, for sharing. On to the next segment on today's podcast. You're still watching from the Cape Flats. Story time.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Wait, that's a lot. So today's topic, of course, is called Birthright.
Yes.
I'm expectant. Very first, I'm going to go straight into it. I'm not going to elaborate on the topic, but the very first question I do have is to just introduce yourself again, if you'd like to, and then where you originally from. Of course, I know I won't tell them. You can share. And just a brief background on Jackie, aka Momzo. Over to you.
Thank you, Althea, once again. So to everybody out there listening and possibly watching, I am Jacqueline de Wet, and I'd like to add this. I'm the daughter of the late Basil Manenberg Coetzee, and he is a legend. And to those who know the late Basil Manenberg Coetzee, he was an international jazz musician. Well, he didn't call himself a jazz musician. He didn't like that. But he called himself a musician that plays music. So I am the daughter of the late Basil Manenberg Kutsi and Mary Kutsia. So thank you once again. I am really privileged to be here. And I just want to thank you once again for this opportunity given to me. So my background, I'm originally from the Cape Flats called
Lekker.
Manenberg.
Chachis, ne?
Yes. If I could also add this bit, I was born in the District 6. Let's say in the late 1960s.
Don't calculate the age. Don't.
On the borders of 1970, so you can actually make your calculations. So I spent my childhood in Manenberg up until, let's say, from 1 year old up until the age of 11. And then from there, we moved to the great Mitchell's Plain, which you love so very dearly. But I'm grateful for that because I think, even though it was, let's call it a challenging time back in the day because of the Group Areas Act, we were forced into, those areas. And even though it was to many challenging, I think it made us who we are today. Strong, courageous, bold, beautiful. Don't forget
Yes.
that. And not externally only, but internally. So it built our character, It was a contributing fact to building the people that we are now and still going to be, because God is forever busy with our character, building us. So I'm grateful for that, the time that we spent, on the Cape Flats, enjoying one another's company, cultivating friendships, being neighborly to one another, and also having that spirit of Ubuntu, because when we were growing up, our neighbors were like our parents.
Wow.
And whatever we did out there that was, of a negative effect, our neighbors would then give us a word or two, scold us, and also tell our parents. And then from there, we would get another hiding, or we would get a hiding. And so it was the spirit of Ubuntu resting on the Cape Flats. And your child was my child. And as they say, it takes a village to grow a child. So I basically enjoyed my time on the Cape Flats. Manenberg, Mitchell's Plain. I don't think that I have anything negative to say about it. But this is one thing that I'd like to add. I always wanted to be in a better space, if I may say it in that vein. And not just to be there where we were thrown, into that type of situation or circumstances. So I wanted to do something about my circumstances. And I did. And so today, about, let's say, 7 years later,
Wow.
I am living in the Strand. And obviously, that's a suburb of the Helderberg.
Doing it. Thank you so much. I really, some of the things I knew, of course, and there's some new things that I learned. And what stood out for me actually, and I just quickly made 2 notes. The spirit of Ubuntu, I think that is so beautiful because it's so relevant today as well. And especially for the space that we're living in. For those of you that don't know, I still live with my mother. Definitely. Even in the space that we find ourselves in, where we're living currently, we won't give you our address. Don't come and find us. The neighbors and people that we engage with, or just maybe greet, or whatever the case may be, they always feel very comfortable. Not everyone, but a lot of them feel comfortable to just come and knock on the door, especially next door, like come in at any time. And I feel like that contributed, at least your upbringing contributed to that as well.
Yes.
And I mean, I'm gonna be very honest. Sometimes it does annoy me because like this is our space, but it just makes sense because why would we want to be closed off to people that are living right here? You know, and
Exactly.
we should be showing that love and expressing it. And
Yes.
it's actually beautiful that they are feeling comfortable coming in and coming to ask for whatever, or just coming to
Greet.
greet.
Exactly.
Exactly. Wow,
Yes.
beautiful, in sync. And then the other one, a bit of a throwback for me specifically was when you mentioned the neighbor or the auntie. I'm just picturing her with the swilkos on, scaling the children, or scolding rather the other children. And I feel like when there was not, I feel like there was something that happened when we were still living in Strampfontein of Mitchell's Plain at the time. My brother, I didn't ask him if I can share this, so if he's not comfortable, we'll cut it out. But I remember him stealing the car. I think he was like 13 years old at the time, and he stole Dad's car, and I was at home that day, and then I needed to call Dad because for me it was like my brother's safety, man. And I remember the one thing that stood out when you sharing that was you was with his friends in the car and you actually scolded all of them. I think he was the only one that didn't get a hiding from you that day. But anyway, we can move on. Thank you so much for sharing, and I'm glad you obviously, of course, also laughing. So just for everyone, I feel like I do know the answers, but for everyone, what are your two biggest passions?
All right. The one is teaching and training, because that's also my secular job as well as a teacher. And I enjoy it tremendously, working with children, investing into their lives, teaching them morals, values. And also the second one is business, entrepreneurship.
Thank you for sharing. I definitely am resonating with both of those passions because it
Yes.
is definitely quite close to my heart as well. And so we'll get to the business side, but I think really just the topic is going to come out more now in this question at least. And so, what does birthright mean to you? You can share from a spiritual stance and as well personally. So when you're ready to share, what does what does birthright mean to you?
Okay, I think birthright means that I was going to crack a joke, but I won't.
Do it. Do it.
Well, let's joke about it quickly, just for a second. Birthright means your right to be birthed. That's my,
We're
you know,
supposed to laugh.
that's
I don't
no,
know.
no, that's like,
Sorry.
I'm basically turning the words around, you know.
Do it.
But I think I might have something there. Birthright to me means that even though you are, you have come into this world with purpose, that purpose is not going to manifest immediately.
Yeah.
You're going to have to go through the process first in order for you to bear that name. And if I think about the Jewish traditions, the birthright will be given to the elder son. To all of the children, there is a heritage, but the birthright would be given to the elder son, where he will then receive a double portion of the blessing.
True.
So that is also, it comes into perspective when we think rite of passage, when it comes to, you know, different cultures, religions, etc. But from my stance, I believe that birthright gives us access to purpose.
You.
And as I said, that purpose is a process. And how we respond to that process is imperative for our character building. And so we have the opportunity and the privilege of birthing that which God has placed on the inside of us. But the reason why it's not effective or it doesn't come to the fore, and this probably goes back to our conversation also with regards to where we've grown up and the circumstances in which we have been exposed to, has usurped our purpose. It has basically robbed us of what we need to bring forth in the earth realm. So that which we have allowed to steal from us is pain, rejection, disappointment, our circumstances, and that basically has robbed us from our birthright, bringing forth that which God has placed on the inside of us. So that is my stance where birthright is concerned. And it also speaks about being transformed from a child to an adult or adolescence, right? So when you look at it from a spiritual perspective, we are being transformed by the power of God. But we need to allow Him to transform us. Hence, process is important. And if we are not going to allow God to take us through the processes, that which we have been through, that which things and stuff and life has dealt with us, and if we are not going to respond positively to that, then we're going to miss the mark of that which God has made available unto us, our birthright, the blessings of God. And He doesn't only give it to the eldest one, but He promises a double portion to all of us. So that's my stance and my contribution.
Thank you so much for sharing, Mom Zoe. So powerful. Yo, this is my mom. So the things that I made note of while you were sharing was birthright gives us access to purpose. And I think that's so profound because like we already rather mentioned that each and every day being alive is a blessing.
Yeah.
And so each and every day is a chance and opportunity for each and every one of us to walk in our purpose.
Yes.
And it's not a right, it's not what we can do or say or because of the stuff that we can give or whatever the case may be, is really just because of the access that we have, and that access we do know is of course our mediator, which is Jesus Christ.
Yes.
And through Him we are able to access the throne. And so of course, thank you, and Dad in his absence for bringing me into the earth, because, and I say the earth specifically because I was most now already obviously created in heaven before coming to the earth, but you were the vessel that God allowed me to come forth. I'm hoping that makes sense. And so even today, it's of course the first episode of this podcast. And again, thank you for being, a part of this journey. Is really, and I was telling a few of the amazing people behind the scenes, all of the eyes looking at us. I think it's about 8. I said 10 earlier on. I was mentioning that I think it was on Thursday actually, that this has been a dream come true for me, and just being able to do this and share this moment with you is really a gift in itself. And so the scripture actually that came to mind when you were speaking about maybe yourself and your siblings being robbed from your birthright, at least, or at least some of the things that had happened to you, was Joel 3. And of course you can go and look that up, but it really just makes reference to what was stolen, what the locust has stole. God will restore that. Of course it's not the scripture verbatim, but that's what came to mind immediately. And then promises, I think we get that, and especially in Cape Town currently, I think winter's about to phase out rather. But when we experience rain here specifically, I mean, I don't know where in the world you see it as well, because I think I've only been to one other country, and I don't think I saw it in Thailand. But of course, a rainbow represents God's promise, right?
Yes.
And we all know, at least we should know, the promise that He left for us. And of course, one of my friends was actually talking about this earlier on, making a way here, is that God sent the rainbow to remind us of His promise that He will never flood the earth again. And so it's so beautiful that it also came out when you were sharing, because if you are still here on this earth, if you are listening, watching this, it means that you still have purpose. You still don't let go, rather, of the promise that you've been given, because that's your dream, that's your purpose. And so, really, just an encouragement for everyone to continue to step into their God-given gifts, because it's not ours. And sometimes we like to take the credit for it, but we have to realize that it's actually not our gifts, it's His gifts. We are just vessels.
Yes. We're stewarding those gifts.
Amen, definitely. And we should be good stewards of that.
Yes,
and so,
for sure.
super grateful to be doing this with everyone that's watching us right now, because sometimes you have a dream, not sometimes you are given a dream, and of course, God will allow certain people on your path to make it happen. And a lot of the time, in these spaces of expertise, it's actually their dreams also coming to life in a different way. But it just shows that we need one another.
Yes,
and
for
that's
sure.
also really one of the values of this podcast, is co-creation, like creating
Yes.
together. And so that's beautiful, you know. And so the last but not least question for this story time is, if you'd like, I know you may need more than 60 seconds, but we won't put the time up again, to just share or promote your existent business, of course, being JJ's Kitchen, and one of the gents are actually in the kitchen right now. But yes, you can actually just share about JJ's in 60 seconds if you can.
All right, thank you. So, I represent JJ's Kitchen, one of the owners, and Jasmine is my other daughter, and the both of us, we are the owners of JJ's Kitchen, Jackie and Jasmine. And so we cook beautiful meals to those who are interested in ordering in, but you have to do it 48 hours prior. And also we have sweet treats, and I make homemade fudge.
Ooh.
They are tasty, they are delicious, they are creamy, and people enjoy them so much. And that is who we are in a nutshell, JJ's Kitchen, and we cook homemade meals, kitchen meals, and we also make homemade fudge.
Lovely. Hopefully, some of the beautiful people that's watching us can experience some of the fudge later on. No pressure. Yes, and I definitely tasted the fudge, of course, a lot of the time. And the food, because I'm blessed to have it a lot of the time as well. My favorite fudge currently at the moment,
Yes.
a few months ago, it was the ginger one.
Okay.
Variant, no?
Yes.
That's the correct word.
Yes.
Thank you, teacher Jackie. The fudge variant was the ginger one. Currently, I have to say it's the apricot one. That's like,
Wow. It's a winner.
I'm a winner. Anyway, thank you so much, Momzo. Oh my word, this was really, really awesome to have you on today's episode of From the Cape Flats. I learned so much from you. I do believe, but I do believe I learn from you each and every day. And so thank you for being my momzo. I don't think you have a choice, but thank you for being my momzo. And before you exit the conversation, I would like to publicly say I love you. I think I tell you that quite a lot of the times. Don't
do.
cry, no
You
people.
do. You
and
do.
Don't cry. Yes, I do love you. I appreciate you, and thank you for inspiring not only me but all of the kids that you get grace to go and teach and educate every day. And of course, the people that you are being enabled to serve on a daily basis. Thank you so much for that. May God always bless you and keep you. And may
Thank
His,
you.
this is not the benediction, but may, but may His, yes, blessings always be on you and favor, because you are a bold, beautiful, definitely. I got it from woman of God. So thank you for everything that you've taught me thus far. Yes, you've raised a beautiful young lady, if I do say so myself.
Indeed.
Amen. So yes,
Indeed.
I don't know if you want to share anything else before we allow you to do what you need to do. To the people watching, you can look at them if you want to.
I just want to say thank you today to Althea for hosting me. It was indeed a privilege. This is the start of many episodes, I believe, for her and the rest of the team as well. I want to thank them as well for being so gracious and for the patience that they had with us today. Thank you very much. May God richly bless this podcast moving forward. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Momzo, and of course, everyone that joined us today, everyone behind the scenes. Thank you so much. Don't want to forget anything. That's why I'm here with the laptop. But yes, that is it for now on today's, of course, podcast from the fake. Okay, plus you're telling me to pause. Oh, I must look there. Doing it again. Thank you so much. Wait, we can just take a pause. Take a laugh. We must laugh. It's very important. 6 packs. Thank you so much, Momzo, and everyone who joined us behind the scenes. Thank you so much. You'll see all of their names on the credits. Thank you, beautiful people, for watching and tuning in. And yes, this is it from today's episode 1 from the Cape Flats. We hope that you were inspired today and continue to inspire. We'll chat soon. Bye. Thank you.